and welcome to the latest episode of The Altar, where I was going to talk about one thing, but I got democracy sucks, and I got voted out of whatever the hell I was going to talk about. So again,
Well, we can
no,
we can keep it in the usual pattern. We can start with your actual topic for
my,
podcast,
my stuff,
and then
my
we'll
stuff
go
is
into
so quick. But we're actually the main focus of tonight's episode is whatever Yimmer in bed just told me, but I wasn't listening, so they're going to repeat it.
Yimmer. I'm gonna let you pitch this.
Yeah, pitch it.
So we're just gonna talk about funny shit that happens in the dating scene and sex life in general, especially because one of y'all's married. I'm a 20-something having much fun, and Ben's somewhere in that in between. So you got like each
Ben's
kind
about
of
to
vibe.
go car bomb a girlfriend or something. I don't know.
Well, she's not my girlfriend. That's why I'm gonna go car bomber. That's how this works.
Awful.
They said romance is dead. I don't think so, baby.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't see if I'm gonna mess up my recording real quick because I'm a jackass. Give me a second. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do my quick spiel. Is that people talking about it was like I was just like the COVID-19, like hilarious because I made that post about my sister-in-law the other day, and people are like, well, you should be respectful of like others and stuff. Like that's why you should be getting vaccinated. I'm like, that's not what we were even talking about. Like what I was talking about is that I don't want to get vaccinated because I'd rather just get infected because my age group is like solid. Like we're not gonna die. And then some people are like, well, you should be careful, considerate of others. And I was like, I am. I tell everybody I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten infected and I haven't gotten a vaccine. So if you want to hang out with me, cool. If not, I understand. I'm considerate still. And some other person was like, because of the herd immunity article, America's never going to reach herd immunity, is what they're saying. And I'm like, we could have reached it if the government did nothing and just told everyone that was like high risk to stay home.
I'm sure Florida has herd immunity at this point.
No
Those
problem.
motherfuckers
Florida
been
and
kissing
Texas.
each other in the hot tubs for like the entire year.
Please.
The amount of gay men over in the Castro down over there, forget about it.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
That place is beyond herd immunity. They're just built different now.
Yeah, they're just built different.
Corona don't even exist down there.
Only in beers. So no, but I did some other thing. Like I said, I posted that article about it, and someone's like, "Yeah, it's because that works so well for measles, right?" And I'm like, COVID right now is more deadly than measles. So that's like someone comparing it to the flu, right? Like these same people, like you can't compare it to the flu, but let's compare it to measles, which is way more infectious, right? Of a disease. Like you're more like if you get someone has measles, they're gonna spread it to a lot more people than someone who had COVID, right? That's science. The science is
It's
settled.
also a uniquely functioning like illness where it basically just fucks with your DNA so hard that it actually makes it forget all the other diseases it had previously. So you're right back to square one.
I think average is
which
like 40%.
makes it automatically a lot worse of a disease, measles. But
Yeah.
most other illnesses you can get
Yeah,
that
like
still are
because
around.
that's the thing. COVID, like you get you get your antibodies and memory cells and all that, but measles straight up wipes out on average 40% of your T and B cells for like everything else. So you'd have to get reinfected because you can't make antibodies right away for it. There's a time period you would just it's like game over. Like you're starting over from scratch on shit.
Yeah. You have to be on like a whole like thing.
So
of pills, I think
this is
if
the
you get
last
one
bit.
after that.
Just really quick. I want you to tell me. I'm going to give a couple age groups, and from the propaganda you probably hear, I want you to tell me the percentage. So like we're going case fatality rates here. The percentage of people that died per age group of the cases. 0 to 4.
That had to be like the young,
1%
not young adults,
or
like
less.
kids, young adults.
0.03%. 5 to 17.
0.7%.
0.01%.
Jesus Christ.
18 to 29.
3%.
All close. Ben was closer. 0.04%.
Oh, way off.
Close.
Now
That's close.
here's the money age group, 30 to 39. What percentage?
18. I just want to throw big numbers.
2.
0.13%.
Fuck.
40 to 49.
3%.
0.27.
Ooh, Ben, 0.34%.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
50 to 64.
point.
I'm gonna stop guessing. I keep overdoing these numbers. I'm not getting any of these right.
It is 1.28%. 65 to 74.
Like 3%.
Yimra, would you like to say anything? Or are you going to overshoot it?
I'll put 7 again. I'll keep saying 7 until I'm right.
It was 5%.
All right,
So
I'll close it. I'll say it. I'm so smart.
75 to 84.
96%. The boomer remover.
Yeah, right. I think like all the cases or whatever was like, no, it's 12.38%. And then the final
12.38.
Yeah, and the final group, 85 and over. What do you think the case fatality rate is?
27.
69.420%.
I would love that Ben was right. Actually, not. No, that's terrible. I wouldn't love that it would be right. But actually, Yirma was very close. Is 24.34%. So if you look at these numbers as a sane person, why would I can maybe if you want to play the game in 50 to 64, 1% is too big for you. But if you're anywhere from 49 and under, if you're afraid of dying, there's the long-term effects, right? It's you shouldn't be afraid of death because it's very unlikely to happen. So these people need to shut up. That's it. I didn't really get into more detail. I just want to start shit.
No, that's
maybe get banned from Tumblr. I thought these COVID posts were going to get me banned. Maybe they will. I don't know.
If you put them in quotes, it's all fine.
Yeah, it's all.
You can say whatever you want as long as it quotes.
So what?
Just put fan fiction at the top or something. Tumblr will see the word fan fiction.
Yeah, I'll put pronouns they them or something, and I'll be safe.
Right.
They them pussy do be hitting different though.
So about that they them pussy, let's talk about. Let's get into it. Yimra, you lead it off. With the.
I'm gonna lead off with one of my friends' quote, which said, "This guy's about as straight as an arrow," and he's like, "Bro,
in flight because they bend a little bit."
He's like, "Bro, I need to get my dick sucked so bad." He'll just say that all the time, just without any reason, and he just sitting there. And eventually, he, one day, is like, "Bro, is there anybody who's a little, kind of gender something?" He couldn't find the word, gender fluid, gender. What are you trying to? He's like,
Yimra looks left and right and goes, "It's me. Let's do it."
He's like, "Bro, I think."
Of course, I know him.
I am him. He's like, "I need that day them pussy." And I'm like, bro,
that's awful.
You can't and you shouldn't. Not for anything against people who identify they them. It's just you're not built for that scenario, bro.
Yeah.
This man's desperate for some cooch, and I'm like,
Jesus
I'm over
Christ.
here enjoying that kind of content, anyways. This man is.
What's
forget about thirsty. It's like crawling in the desert.
Whatever the guy's name, desperate for ass.
Martin Johnson, desperate for ass.
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you?
And now it's time for another great moment in hookup history.
He needs some help. That man has always punched above his weight because he's not the best looking person. He's funny. He's very funny.
Punching above your weight, there is something to be said for that, but that's different.
He's on a dry spell, depressive dry spell, so it's not really helping him very much because every girl he's been with has always been pretty attractive. So good for him, but he's clearly not working anymore.
How long is his dry spell?
A couple of years by now.
Okay, I mean, I want a couple of years.
All right.
So
I would actually kill myself. Not to sound like a coomer, but I have a 2-week rule. If someone else doesn't make me bish gadal, fucking, I'm gonna. I'll
2
go nuts.
weeks. Wait, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Didn't we just
talk
talk
about
about
that? For me, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Lightweight, holy shit!
Wait,
2 weeks.
Did you just say that if you were with someone for 2 weeks and they didn't put out, you ditch them? Is that what I just heard?
No.
Okay, because it kind of seemed like that's where you're getting to.
Or are you saying that the longest you've gone?
In a relationship, it's totally different. That's different.
Are you saying the longest you've gone is 2 weeks, or that's how long you're all right, then I have to
Yeah, at that point, all bets are off.
That's why he's bi. I know it now. He's like,
2 weeks, dude. Seriously?
2 weeks. If it's more than 2 weeks, that's it. I'm going to call the people that need to be called. That's why I have also that other rule was where the
more than 2 weeks. I'm just hitting that fucking they them pussy I got on speed dial. Just fucking.
That's not a negative for me, but for some people it clearly is.
1-800 Troon job.
Oh. Make sure my Jesus Christ. The dating. I'm trying to think. Granted, I've been out of the dating scene for a while. The dating is always hilarious because I always did like the most terrible shit. But I learned from it eventually, you know? Like just going to the bar. Like, yeah, this is great. Like well, I wasn't even dating. Like I just go bang random people. Well, that random enough. Like I knew them.
Dude, so the bars in Utah, it's like fucking swinger city. Wherever you go, it's like impossible to get around.
Wait, no, it's okay. I can fuck someone's wife.
No, like it's. I've thought about this because it's happened.
You're a much better man. Don't do it. You're too old
because
for this shit.
here's the thing though. Like the husband is always in the bar, and they're always just like, it's like they're grocery shopping. They're like looking across the bar, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, is this what Mormons do?
Ben,
Wait, are they swingers or cucks?
When I do my little road trip and I visit out there, can we go to the swinger bars so I can find these married couples you're talking about?
There's a couple of different ones. There's some in Salt Lake. I went to 2 in Salt Lake. I don't remember what the hell they were called. I wasn't really like, I was just being guided. And then there's one kind of close to me. But I mean, if you happen to stop by, yes, I will.
I'm not doing anything at the moment, so basically this week I'm getting my car prepped for like a nice little road trip and then kind of seeing who is willing to deal with me for at least a few days. What?
They make prep for cars?
Mm-hmm.
No, no. Just basically, I'm gonna go and send it to the mechanic. Make sure anything that is wrong with it is not going to kill me on a trip that's going to put a couple thousand miles on the car. Possibly.
Well, it's a Chrysler though, so it's.
Ben, did you not get my joke?
It's got 114,000 miles. That thing's an exception to the rule. Clearly,
I got it, but I don't think he did.
No,
he
got
it. Going too quick. Oh, he did?
No, I'm pretty sure he got it. Okay, look, I was making
I responded,
HIV, prep, whatever. Okay, it's over. If I have to explain it, it's done. I didn't get the laugh
that I wanted. You got your laugh.
I'm gonna go kill myself. I'm gonna hang myself from the ceiling.
Crawling in my skin.
Oh, this is awful. We have fucking swingers club. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of like dating shit. Well, because like I would just out here dating wise, it was like it's hard because there's like literally nobody. I think like the population is like 1,000 people. Most of them go to church.
Oh God.
I'm like, I don't do
I mean,
that.
if you want to date farm animals and like you're set, but otherwise.
Oh, it was a joke. So one of these dudes told me one time. He's like, yeah, so I was driving down the road with my buddy one time, and there was a sheep stuck in the fence. So I went up and I fucked it. And I was like, hey man, you went onto this? And my buddy was like, I don't think my head will fit in the fence. All these southern people.
Gay.
No, dude, there was there was one time I was at the bar because like I knew like everybody at the bar. It was like only the same 15 people every night. And there was like some girl there, and then she was like, "I'm gonna go drive like 30 minutes to go to some bar." I'm like, "Yeah, have fun, go do that." She's like, "Yeah, I just hope that guy's gonna be there." And I'm like, "Okay." Like I don't know why you're talking to me about this because I didn't know this chick. And she went to the bathroom and she came back. She's like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And it was a picture of a pussy, and I'm like, "Not for me, right?" Like I said that because I'm like the super bad. It's like, you ever seen a pussy up close? Not for me.
Yeah, no one ever sends. That's like the one downside. Like, gals can send pictures that are very tasteful and they look very good when it's like the body, but like sending just the cooch and nothing else going on is just like.
It was. She did it.
It's the same thing as dick pics, I'm sure, for chicks. It's just like something has to happen here. It can't be just still image.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, the gentlemen listening. Do not send dick pics. They don't do anything for women. I can guarantee.
You have to be at least cranking it. You have to at least be cranking it. That's the one thing. If you're not cranking it in it, doesn't mean anything.
Like I mean, if you're like building a crib and your dick's out, cool. Like the show's like, hey, I'm very.
I don't like the mixture of the two states.
I'm ready to breed.
I'm ready to breed.
Why would having to build a crib have to? Why would
I don't fucking know. If
of all items.
If women want to have babies, like you're committed to being a father.
Just do push-ups naked, dude.
No, I don't got the body for that. Hell no.
I don't know, sit-ups. Something that hides that thick ass.
A thick ass.
Why do you want to hide the thick ass? That's an asset.
In Matt's case, he's clearly not happy with his very thick ass.
Oh no, I'm happy with my body.
Puerto Rican
I got the dad
cheeks.
bod. Get the dad going on. Like we didn't even.
I mean, at a certain point, I mean, you're married, so it's like
you
kind of just get away with like not caring about as much about your body.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I'm a psycho, so I mean, if I get fat, I'll probably kill myself.
No, I don't really care about weight as long as I'm like doing stuff. It's
So
just
mean to
that
say, I'm not gonna actually.
because of COVID, right? I've gained like 15 pounds because work's been slow, and all the work I did in the first couple months getting side stuff ready, like all the side components like made up ready, so I could basically just slap weld whatever. Like I don't have anything to do, so when the orders are starting to come in again now, so that's like a little bit of work and not as much as I'm used to. Like, oh yeah, I gotta get this shit out in a week. I'm like, oh, I can get it out in like 6 hours if I need to now. So it's like, yeah, gaining weight, but I don't care about weight. Um, Again, I say meningitis is the best diet ever. Oh, so to finish the pussy story real quick is that I literally told this girl to her face. I was like, yeah, it's not for me, right? And I was drunk and I didn't realize it was hers. That she literally went in the bathroom and took it. And she's like, oh wow, like thanks, like all right. But she ended up going back to my house and fucking me anyway. And I'm like,
she made you change your mind, didn't she? Clearly was for you. How you
no,
doing?
but because of that, like I was like, I was like, oh, like I don't care about looking at it, but I'm like, I see your big fat tits. Like I'm like, I want to, you know what I mean? I want to get on that. My wife is right above me, and I'm hoping I'm not talking too loud. She's like, "Who are you motorboating down there?"
It's actually me. It's gonna be my ass.
Yeah,
It's real
thick.
Yimmer did say he was driving south first, so he's probably gonna swing by. And
because there was some discussion in the Discord about the dating scene, and I didn't read most of it.
Wait, what was this?
Just the other day, like Tim Pool, I guess did some. I do not, to everybody, I do not listen to Tim Pool.
Disclaimer.
Well, I only
Disclaimer: he has like
this is a Tim Pool free podcast.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was funny. The only time I ever listened to Tim Pool was when he was on Frank's podcast, like years ago, like back in 2016, maybe 2017. Like that was like the only time I ever heard of him. That was before he was big, like really big. But yeah, no, Tim Pool did something about how like dating scenes are like fucked up. Or opt out, I could imagine. So Yimra, you give us the scoop. You're the young, hot twink in town, hot otter.
I avoid the gay scene in my area, mostly because it's either weirdly racist twinks or like 40-year-old men who just you don't look good enough to be hitting on me. I'm sorry. I feel bad sometimes. I've gone to Stonewall, and I've gone to one of the more local gay bars just for the hell of it. And I mean, I'm a young guy with a good bone structure, so I'm an immediate target of a gay bar, which boosts my ego. But every time someone is hitting on me, it's like, this dude could be like my uncle or my father. Like the age difference is just crazy.
Hi, Daddy.
And you're not George Clooney. You ain't like a silver fox. Like if George Clooney came up to me, I'd be like, all right, fair enough. All right, let's go. Let's do this.
I would absolutely top George Clooney. I don't even care.
Yeah, no, I mean,
so usually only fuck people politically aligned with me, but for you, I'll top you.
But people always say, "Oh, the dating scene's so messed up." I think it's more of you have so many more options now, in the sense of you can go on like all these apps, like I was talking about before. You have like your Tinder, your Bumble, your Hinge. You have Plenty of Fish. Grindr. You have Grindr. There's definitely like 20 other ones I can't think of. There's even one for like sugar daddies and sugar mommies. I'm not kidding.
JDate.
You have JDate. You have blackpeoplemeet.com. There's definitely a few I'm missing. Oh, there's like a Christian Mingle.
Plenty of
the
fish.
Sugar daddy one is some of you guys may want to write it down on your phone or something. I don't believe in it, but I was offered $3,000 a steak dinner and ticket to Jimmy Kimmel or some shit. The tickets to Jimmy Kimmel actually kind of got turned off. I'm not gonna lie.
$3,000 a steak dinner and tickets to Jimmy Kimmel from
it may have been Jimmy Fallon. One of the Jimmys.
Being propositioned.
I was being propositioned. He worked for like NBC or something. Yeah. He had like a 6-pack, so I kind of was like.
He worked for NBC. It was Anderson Cooper.
I would say yes, Anderson. No, he's kind of a war criminal now or something.
He used to work for the CIA. He'd fucking MK Ultra your ass while he was in your ass.
Ooh.
Well, he's hot, so I mean, I could take the L on that. But beside the point.
Anderson Cooper hot. Okay, let's debate that real quick.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Topic change.
No, this is
he's pulling off white hair way too well to be ignored. How about that?
It's because he's a lizard.
Yeah, his face.
Fucking reptilian in his fucking human suit.
You ever seen him with a stubble?
No.
Oh,
and
no.
I don't think that would change anything.
No.
For me,
Usually,
it
a beard
something.
will change something for me, but like his facial structure is, and I can't even
He has
that
a
guy.
good bone structure.
Like,
it's not as strong as I prefer, though.
Wasn't it last year or the New Year's prior? He took like a shot of something. He's like, "Oh my god!" Like, "Oh," and he like freaked out. I'm like, "What a pussy!" Well, that would actually,
hey man, you are what you eat.
He's a
you know
bottom.
what I'm saying?
So
he's a
he's
bomb.
clearly
Good
a
for me.
bottom.
I work for me.
Clearly.
Blow his
Have you
back out.
seen his glasses? Oh my god, he's a definite bottom.
I don't watch the news. I don't watch MSNBC. This is the joke. I know what he's on. He's on CNN, right?
Right. No, please. I'm wrong, right? No, but the normal dating scene for like a young 20-something-year-old is still the same as it was before, but now there's a more heavier reliance on the apps. You don't necessarily need the apps. I had like one of my longest relationships with someone from high school she was a girl that was older than me, and like that lasted like 2.5 years. That like lasted actually probably a little longer than that. But like, yeah, you could still use your apps, and I've used those apps. I've had decent relationships out of those as well. I think the reliance on the apps might be an issue, but if you depends on your living situation too. Because I'm not dating someone I meet at the bar. 9 out of 10 times, it's not going to work out. That's not how you. I mean, you could build something off of that, especially if you have a good like personality, and you can kind of like, deal with like people who are very different from you and that kind of stuff. But in the end of the day, unless you're in college, high school, or like a really big company or something, which I don't advise anybody to date anybody that they work with unless they're married and they both work at the same job now. It's fucking terrible idea to date your coworkers. You're fucking stupid if you do that shit. You're dumb as fuck.
Never works.
If it does work, you're like a one in a bazillion, and you're not those two fucking douchebags from The Office. You're not. Shut up.
Jim and Pam.
Yeah, you're not Jim and Pam.
What about dating your roommate?
That's okay. It's kind of based.
You
can move out of your room. You can move out of the room, and you're not going to lose money like you would at a job because you blew her back out 20 times. Now it's kind of awkward seeing her date some dude at the same job you're at.
That's how me.
Just awkward.
That's how me and my wife got together. We were friends, and she like moved out here because she was like, I hate living out in Illinois. I was like, oh come on, baby, come on. I'm like, I had extra room for you. But I was just like, I was just being a good person.
Mm-hmm. Really, there was no.
No, not for me.
There was no implication. Because of the implication.
No, there was no implication.
No, because of the implication.
I should have said that though. I should be like, because of the implication, she had to sleep in bed. Oh, but I found out like, years later, she was like, I was hoping something was gonna happen. I'm like, it all makes sense.
She was trying, man. She knew what's up. She was getting your ass. She was playing 40 chess on you.
Hey, I got 2 beautiful babies. I got a beautiful wife. And I already know the third baby is gonna be beautiful. So she knew what she was doing.
And you have a guest room for little old me when you want to,
Yeah, when I want to top a dude for the 5th time. Yeah, sure.
You want to make it 7 more times?
Wait,
5th time.
Hey, yo, pause.
Hey, yo, pause. Yo, back up, man. What's going on? No, I've never had sex with a guy, FYI.
Yet.
Yeah, until Yimmer comes out. Then we're gonna talk about it.
Well, I'm already out, boy. I come down.
Oh, you guys.
Dude, these night episodes
I can totally
are great.
see it now. That guys are gonna do an episode, and you're both gonna be on camera, and Yimmer's gonna be sitting
together. I'm gonna hold them like this the entire time, as like just naping under his neck.
We're gonna do an OnlyFans to where like whoever tips the most, like whatever, like they vote with tips or I don't know how it works. Is it? We'll
figure it out. But
basically, they vote to see who tops, and hopefully I get the top.
I'm definitely
the market prevails, I guess.
Well, after you just slandered democracy about 15 minutes ago, so democracy is going to be like, actually,
Matt knows it's going to work in his favor, so he's doing the good politician move. I want a fair and equal. It's like he's going to win.
Well, it's the facial hair would be like, well, Matt can't bottom. Look at that guy. He's rugged.
Yimmer's out here like, I'm going to vote for myself to bottom. So,
Oh no,
that'd be funny if like. Oh if there was a bunch of votes, like a bunch of like let's say $5,000 for Yimmer to top, and then there was 6,000 for Yimmer to bottom, and then you look after the fact, and it was Yimmer's money.
I spent $6,000. I was going to do a whole road trip.
Yeah,
and all $6,000 went to get reamed by Matt, and then driving home uncomfortably in like a new seat.
Oh, it wouldn't be
With a
uncomfortable, bro.
donut.
I'm not big. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Just a ball slamming into the prostate area.
Dude, we need to do these night episodes because this is like just fucking amazing. I love it.
This
I
is
love
a lot
that.
more
fucking great.
raw.
Like, isn't this like? I'm awake. Like, we're both fucking drunk. Yimra's probably had a few inebriants of his own.
Oh, I'm not
There you
drunk.
go, yeah.
That's
I've
the
all put in
thing.
the
I
asshole.
just like the energy at night.
Oh, word. Yeah. Mm.
I always say that I'm not drunk. You know, like you'd be drinking and you're like, oh, I'm not drunk. Like, but it's
I'm
like
not
a lie.
drunk.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm on beer
That's
too.
like when you're cool drunk, when like you are drunk but you can still drive, and like people are like, no, you can't drive, and it's like, hey, listen, I'm cool and I know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna drive drunk but not drunk.
Oh, speaking of which, we can talk about drunk driving now, and how it's
Sure,
actually
wow.
based in red pilled.
It absolutely is.
Yeah,
It's absolutely protected by the 9th and 10th Amendments.
yes.
No, coked out driving is the best driving. Next to ecstasy.
Is it? I wouldn't know.
Well, you gotta shit yourself the whole fucking time, so not really.
No, that's ketamine you shit yourself on. Come on, man.
Oh no, come on, Coke absolutely does that. Don't start with me.
Can't relate. You get constipated on coke. What's going on, bro?
What?
Yeah.
You sound like the perfect bottom then. Don't have to worry about poop because it ain't coming out.
Yeah, but then that means the whole area's all dry, bro. That's not fun.
A little Astrogide can't fix.
It's
No little KY jelly and a banana.
No, dude. So like, I used to like drunk drive like all the fucking time, Like, because why?
I mean, you're like, are you talking about like in a rural area where
no,
like that's
in
a little
Illinois,
bit more permissible about all?
in Chicago suburbs.
Matt's kids,
Oh my
when you get a
God.
little older and you're watching these podcasts and your dad's like, yeah, I used to drunk drive all the time. You can do it too.
Yeah,
If he ever's like, no, if he ever sits you down, he's like, kids, listen, you can't. Just remember this episode and just remember that it's based in Red Pill.
the thing that I'm planning on doing with my kids is like letting them know that, hey, like if you're gonna drink, cool, I don't give a shit. Just call me, right? Because my parents never did that for me. Like I was always trying to hide it from them. So I want them to know, like, I don't give a shit if you're drinking. I just want you to be safe. So if you need a ride, fucking text me, call me, I'll pick you up. That's what I'm gonna do.
Or text Uncle Yimmy, who's
Next
gonna
Uncle
be,
Yimmy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in like a
Yimmy will pick
stolen
you up
Dodge
in the
Charger.
swagger wagon.
Yeah, it's gonna be some
Yeah.
oversized sedan. Just rolling down.
It's
like
gonna be
10
in
years old.
the Twink hybrid car.
It's gonna
No,
be a
no, I'm not
fucking
gonna-
like a nice, still good condition, low mileage Crown Vic with the fucking side flashlight, just pulling up.
Nah, you gotta get the police Dodge Charger. So like, there's all that plastic on the back seat. So if
Oh,
the
there you
kids
go.
get it, Matt's kids get it, and they're like, "Why is this so uncomfortable?" It's like, don't worry about it. You're gonna get used to this seat, all
That's
right?
for when you throw up.
What's the password?
Calamar.
Okay, you're good at guessing. Fine. That's the other thing with my kids. I'm like, if I'm gonna tell them like, cause some kid just got fucking kidnapped over here. Well, he was found safe and sound like 12 hours later. Like, but someone legit kidnapped him. And I'm like, and my wife was freaking out. She was like, "They're not." Well, like my oldest was puking this morning, so she's like, "He's not going to daycare." But like, what if our youngest gets snatched at daycare? He's staying home too. I'm like, all right, well, have fun with that. I'm going to work. Like, you enjoy these two kids with your pregnant self.
Here's a gun. Good luck.
Yeah, here's a gun and here's the ammo.
You actually hire a private investigator to sit outside the daycare and make sure no creepy people, other than him, of course, he's gonna look creepy.
Well, no, like,
But what if it is the private investigator?
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
That's the thing. No, so look, she was like, what would we do for that? Like, if anyone random was going to pick up our kids, I'm like, well, usually I would send someone that our kids already know, but I would want them, even if they know them, to want a password, because usually I think kidnappings are by like a family friend or something.
It's like an uncle. Basically,
Yeah,
the
your dad
scenario I
told
just
me to come
proposed
get
was-
you and come to my shed and come help
So,
me with
so the
something
exact
in my
scenario
shed.
I proposed is exactly what Matt is saying is the most likely perpetrator. Don't worry, I'm slowly just learning to love milk, so we're good. I'll pick your kids up and get a McDonald's,
Yeah,
and
basically.
I'll drop them off, and then I'm gonna wrap my car around a pole for the 13th time while I'm drunk driving.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so like, I was like, dude, do a password for my kids and then change it every time they have to use it. So
And you'd have to text me the password, and then what if I have like a bad connection and I don't get the password? And I'm like, hey, listen, I have a bad
Oh
connection.
no, I would be on the phone with you. Like if
Oh,
Uncle
okay.
Yimmy was going to pick him up, I'd be on the phone.
Your kids are gonna be standing there like it's an old passcode, but it checks out.
It's gonna be the year like 2028, let's say that year, after I serve for in the U.S. Army fighting China, and I lose my leg to a mine. So I'm all like bitter and shit. So it's like just creating a new scenario.
Did
I'm
you
just gonna
read?
be I'm
Did
just
you
gonna be
read
that
Project
uncle.
Manicore? Because I think that was the year that everything went to shit.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. Sounds cool though.
When Ryan came on, Ryan, like my buddy Ryan, his book Project Manicore.
Oh no, I
Because
still gotta
I
read
think
that.
I'm trying to remember
No
what
one, no
year
one
it
sends me
was.
links to anything because I don't open them half the time.
I
But
think
I'll buy that.
I
book.
literally think I'm gonna actually go and do show notes and link to stuff we talk about. Like this one, I'm gonna talk about drunk driving statistics and how they don't matter. Like I'm gonna link the CDC and say ignore it because it doesn't matter. No, but like, dude, I used to be like the pro drunk driver out in Illinois because it's all flatlands, like straight roads, whatever. It's like it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
not-
really fuck that up.
Yeah, dude,
Unless you're so drunk you go in the other lane. Then obviously you
drunk
probably should have
driving
driven anyway.
out here was a fucking whole new level. Like I had to stop doing it because like the curvy roads and shit. I'm like, dude, I can't.
Not the morals or the possibility of killing anybody else. Just the words are
there's
too
like-
Just the
difficult.
actual, the difficulty level went up
Did-
from like double black diamond. It
But
was just
did
like too
did
much.
anybody die though? No one died.
No.
I didn't kill anybody.
Not
Exactly.
yet.
So it was
The
not
logic
a
is
crime.
not yet.
No, the night that I almost killed myself was I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should not. I should probably shouldn't do
But
this anymore.
that's not a crime.
Yeah, it's not a crime. I was just like, yeah, that's not cool. No, dude, because I got fucking blasted one night, and like my house was like, what? Well, it was funny. I used to drive like 40 minutes from the bar home and be fine. Like I was fine, smoking cigarettes, like Marlboro 27s, like no big deal. Like
Those are nice.
have a fucking beer in the car going. Like my hands not even on the steering wheel. And I'm turning around these curves. Like no big deal.
Just
I get
fucking
home.
Jesus literally had that shit.
But I was driving, and like I think the bar was like 5 or 10 minutes from the house, and I fucking passed out at the steering wheel, and it went into like the ditch, and I woke up and fucking like my car shot over. Like when I did like the jerk react to get out of the ditch, I went into the other ditch, and then I straightened it out. I'm like, okay, never doing this again. And that was it. I was actually like most drunks aren't like that. And I'm like, for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that. So I did. Every time after that, I was like my parents lived closer, and I just haven't picked me up. And I was like 23.
Oh, so you're my age. So I should start drinking driving now, so I can end it almost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
there you go.
Good
Okay.
stuff. Based
All right.
red pill.
Cool.
So I encourage
All right.
everyone to be safe when they're drunk driving.
Mhm.
Make sure if you have any safety systems in your car, turn them all on.
Unless
when you-
it's traction control, in which case you need to turn that shit off. So you.
Or
can
it's a
use some sweet
Tesla.
Fucking.
Dude, I like the.
Oh, if it's a Tesla, then you're just.
if you're driving a
goddamn-
Tesla, go fuck yourself. You fucking
Yeah, get a
piece of
blowjob
shit.
while you're smoking a blunt and pass out and have that
and then
thing drive
crash
you
the
home.
Yeah.
piece of shit car. You
Actually,
stupid
that
fucking idiot.
that sounds nice. I would do that.
I'm not really into weed enough to not anymore. At least.
You know what? I'm not
to
into weed,
care.
but our state legalized it to where you can possess up to an ounce and you could have your own plants. You could you could have 4 plants, but they just have to be like locked up away from like children or whatever. So I'm thinking I
So
might.
children just start eating the marijuana leaves, which
Yeah.
generally, if I remember correctly, does like literally nothing to them except makes them feel like shit, like sick.
Well,
They ate leaves.
children being like 17 and under, like they can't so no random kid can come into your yard and pluck your marijuana plants or whatever.
And as a generic libertarian statement used to go, I just want to grow my fucking weed plants, allow gay marriage, and have a machine gun, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, as a concept, is still a based one.
It is.
You know, it's a pretty simple mindset. Just gays should exist. Okay, good start.
Yeah.
They should be able to get married. I need an unregistered machine gun, and I can grow
Very
my
nice.
marijuana leaves, which are like the most innocent drug you could think of next to Advil. You know, weed's kind of cringe. Although, to be fair, when I'm offered like one of those weed pens and I'm like at my house, I know I can just go upstairs and fucking knock out. I'm not gonna really say no. 'Cause I hate smoking flower, rather the oil, so I could just hit it, immediately get hit with this shit, and just be like, all right, well now I'm gonna jerk off for 48 minutes and slam my head against the wall and knock out.
48 minutes, huh?
It's gonna feel like 3 days because you're so fucking high.
Are you that high though? Are you?
I don't really smoke. So anytime I do hit those pens, I'm like Malaysian Airlines. I'm fucking gone the
Bro,
entire
I
rest of the
fucking
night.
like, cause I've smoked like 5 or 10 times in my entire life, and there was one night like my buddy Oscar, shout out, friend of the show, maybe I don't know, I don't know if he listens.
Shouty Oski.
Oh, it's
The
Salsa
Grouch.
Verde in the Discord. That same guy. Shout out to him.
Wait, which guy?
Shut up.
Salsa Verde.
Listen, I forget everyone's name. I go by faces.
You never seen his
Translates
face.
to green salsa.
Yeah, just God. No, but
God.
he came out and visited me one time, and like he took the train in and shit, and he brought weed, but he put it in like a thermos, like a double insulated, like, and put like Febreze things in there or whatever, just in case of drug sniffing dog, which the drug sniffing dog was on there, and it didn't smell shit. So FYI, pro tip.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I think he like wrapped in foil. They did like a whole bunch of shit, and people just thought it was coffee.
Yeah, it was like smell proof bag.
Oh, so he like the canine officer. He like sucks his dick real quick. So he was like, "Yeah, you can just take that."
Yeah, you can just take that. But I didn't smoke the whole time. I think he was here for like a week, and like the last night he was in, I was like, he was rolling a blunt, and I'm like, yeah, let me hit that shit real quick. And he's like, really? Like, yeah, let's do this. And man, I took like 3 hits of it, and I didn't realize that blunts are super fucking potent. And holy shit, I was stuck in my chair at the dinner table for like an hour and a half. I couldn't move. I felt like shit. I felt sick, and I wanted to get up and just go to bed. But as soon as I stood up, my legs like were giving out. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here. And then all of a sudden, I felt like a through my body, and then I'm like, oh shit, I can move. I'm good. I got energy and shit. I was, yeah, dude, like, yo, bro, what do you want to do? Like, me and him like to play chess, right? So we started playing chess. We're fucking losers, right?
Assholes.
No, but like me and him were like, look, we're not great at chess, but we're good enough for each other. You know, a perfect love story. And like, I was just whooping his ass. And he's like, "How you doing this?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm seeing all the moves flowing in every direction." It's like and I said it was the Queen's Gambit. I didn't even realize it was gonna be a Netflix show like 10 years later. It was like the fucking best high I ever had. I just had to like mellow out because because I rarely smoked, because every time I had a bad experience, and I realize now that I always would smoke too much and then be like, okay, fuck this, I don't like it. I'd try to go to sleep, and I'd just ruin the high for myself. It's like, if you smoke too much, ride it out until it's good, and then enjoy the fucking time.
Six on it's pretty great. You know, you're like half comatose. I'll say it.
Depends. A good sativa will keep you rolling.
I always have
Like,
the hybrid. I always end up having the hybrids. So I'm just fucking.
Hybrids are nice.
I'm fucking shot every time. The second it's like someone asks me, like, "You want to do anything?" It's like, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm going to be like what most girls end up doing, which is sit here and you just do your thing. All right. I'm gonna vibe out. You do what you think you want to do. I don't know. I'm just vibing here. And then like
a piece of meat.
And then like 3 hours later, either I came like 14 times or not at all. I can never know, because that shit my entire nervous system.
You're a
so
man.
Shot at that
You're gonna
point.
become maybe twice, 3 times if you wait a week.
Listen, the amount I couldn't feel, like, where I'm like, oh my god, did I just? And then I'll feel like, wait, no. Hey, next time.
Yo, bro, you ever try nutting after like you came 3 times? It's like the sensation's very weird. Like nothing comes out, but you're like, whoa, what's going on?
Your urethra just starts to feel like a solid piece of raw meat.
Okay, I was joking, sir.
MDMA is a hell of a drug.
This is amazing. Oh,
I told you this is what this conversation. This is what this episode's about. It's just like
the episode's about like
sexual.
about
The
sexual
altar
stories.
late night.
The
altar late night. The late night talk show host.
With
would be
Ben
technically, I think like Matt has to be the host.
Heisenberg.
These
Yimbra.
Mormon ladies, or these non-Mormon ladies out here in Utah, have yet
Yeah.
to experience the hammer. I am sad to report.
It's okay. You're working hard. You're working hard.
I am. Yeah.
Just wait till I get there. I'm gonna ruin the gene pool.
You
because you're Italian, yeah.
honestly, Yummer, I'm gonna be real. They're probably just gonna think you're like Mexican or like Nicaraguan.
No, I'll be like, I'll just finesse
the N-word Rogan.
Nigger.
I'm gonna just
Rosengen.
I'm just gonna go outside of like my professional voice and just start like being like totally different vibe. That's what I did when I was in London. I was just like I just really stopped talking like how I usually do. I'm just like
Oi, mate! It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday, innit?
Yeah, what wasn't on last week's episode?
Does anybody?
Like last week's episode, someone was like reblogged from Yimra. It was like, oh yeah, I've been waiting to like hear what your voice sounded like, but it's like deep and sexy or something. I'm like, can you please leave those comments like off my post?
Yeah, no, bro.
Like DM Yimra.
This is a pure Christian podcast. Can you keep your fucking profligatry elsewhere?
Catholic.
Fucking
okay, I can.
It also doesn't help that
Catholic.
like 9 out of 10 times.
That's why I have my kids. I don't rap my tool.
Oh Christ, that's fair.
I always do my public speaking voice like 99 out of 10 times because if I do like my generic like normal voice, it's like such a dull monotone that it just would not be interesting to listen to.
I was always wondering why your voice cracks like all the time. It makes sense now.
It's the public speaking shit. I used to take public speaking. I did like theater, all this other shit. So like, I choose the speech pattern that works the best for others to listen to.
All right, Will Graham.
The what?
I said, all right, Will Graham.
Is it a Hannibal reference?
It is a Hannibal reference.
Ooh.
We
this is my design.
It's the only show that was like any of those Tumblr fandoms watch. It was actually like a legitimately good show.
That show was fucking amazing. That was sad.
That's why like I will still give props to anybody who's still a Hannibal fan. They're creepy and weird 9 out of 10 times, but at least they have good taste.
I think
Yimra, can you draw a clock for me real quick?
Yeah.
No.
Just actually for all of our viewers, can you draw a clock for us real quick?
A clock. I don't think I even have a pen. Do I have a pen here?
To see if he's got a brain inflammation.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Brain inflammation? I do have traumatic brain injury.
In my Facebook memories, it's like, again, let's make food, then watch the new episode of Hannibal. I swear I'll never learn.
Wait, so you want me to draw a clock?
I used to make food.
Yes, a clock.
Yeah, circle. The
circle with like
small arm,
1 through 12, like all that shit. Like, if you're not too young to know what a real clock looks like, you fucking child.
Oh, it reminds me of when I think it was in 4th grade, and some kid was like debating what a quarter to 12 meant. He's like, it's a quarter, like a quarter. It's not a quarter to 12. Like it was like 11:45. He's like, it's not a quarter to 12. A quarter's 25. It's 15 to 12. And I was like, no, a quarter is like you slice it up like a pie, dumbass, and it's a quarter of that.
I don't know. It might be hard to see.
Yeah, light's getting washed out here.
Yimmer did not draw a clock, so there's something going on.
I don't see.
There you go.
Oh yeah, no, that's congratulations, Yimra. You do not have brain inflammation.
I'm
good for you.
Saw a traumatic brain injury, but we'll just cross over that when we get there.
Yimmer and me got to do like the morning drinking episode tomorrow. There's like a backup for later. Like, hey, yeah, what's up? It's good.
If you're watching this episode, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if this episode is coming up for you, one of us is probably in federal penitentiaries right now.
It's probably Yimra.
It's probably. Well, wait, what?
Fed pen.
Who'd be in the Fed pen? That was a question.
Yimra would.
You know what?
You would.
I feel like Yimra. I feel like you would. Sorry, democracy.
Really?
Sucks,
what would
bro.
be the crime though? What crime would I be going into Fed pen for?
Topping when you should be bottoming.
Yeah. Or
I was hoping for like a real answer. All right, I'll take that.
No, you'd probably get busted for like a bunch of coke. Like that's what you really like.
That's actually the best answer.
Like a smidge over the limit that they would do. Like they would just be that. You're like, oh, I was gonna snort it. Like I was gonna snort it. Don't worry. Like no.
It's all personal use. I swear.
I'm gonna go for this in an hour.
For research. I work at the local SUNY to research
the role for a movie.
Yeah, me and Al Pacino. I'm gonna play younger Al Pacino. He gets better bone structure when he was younger, and I'm a method actor. No meth though. Okay, actually, me jokingly doing that is actually triggering me needing to do that.
Give me your Al Pacino impression.
I definitely cannot do an Al Pacino impression at all.
I don't think I can either.
because
I don't think anybody can.
Dude, speaking of
no,
impressions,
people definitely can. It's just it's because you can only really gravitate toward him yelling, where he's
yeah,
like
pretty much.
great ass or some shit like that. Whereas like in Heat, where he just loses shit.
I've never watched Heat. Someone brought that up the other day.
Great movie. You really should watch it.
it's-
It's a great.
It's pretty
crime
good.
film.
It's got some slow parts, but yeah, it's pretty good.
I was thinking like
As far as
I'm
crime
not gonna
films,
lie,
Al Pacino.
like
I would never dream.
I don't know who that female actress was, but like when she had to fucking kiss Robert De Niro on the balcony, like their fucking romance shit, that was so fucking weird.
Can you like
'Cause that was
back up a little bit, Ben, so you can be like in line
What?
with your mic? Because you sound like a
No,
waiter.
I can't.
Thank you.
I sound like a way. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
need to
I know-
support
I
my
know-
massive fucking head.
you hit your fucking. Ben had his head propped up on his like fist, like he was like admiring Yimra or me, like whatever, or maybe both. I don't know.
I'm just. I'll never tell.
Oh,
Ben knows that at some point within the next few weeks, there's just going to be this handsome wop just entering his territory, and he's just going to be like, oh.
So, speaking of impressions, I watch a lot of Disney, right? Because my kids like to watch like shit on like the Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And lately
Cringe.
it's been super cringe. Well, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, right? And
Kind of based, okay.
oh,
Oh.
yeah, so like you know, like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, like come inside, it's fun inside. So I was like, what if like in my like at my sober ramblings, right? Like, well, I've
Come
already made
inside. It's fun to come inside.
I've already made the joke prior to my wife that I'm like, yo girl, is Yokuchi the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? Because I want to come inside. It's fun inside. And she's like, I hate you.
Hey.
So I hate you. But then I was thinking recently, what if Mickey did a diss track for Minnie, right? Like, oh, Minnie Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Minnie Mouse, I'm gonna come inside your whore mouth, cause everyone knows you're a bust down. What was the other part I was going to? It's like, cause everyone comes inside like the clubhouse. Oh, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Minnie Mouse. Dude, now I'm drunk. Now I'm drunk.
I can tell.
Is this what having kids does to you?
No.
No, he's just like
inspired
this.
me.
This is
Like
separate.
I've been mentally like you remember a couple episodes when I said like I've a couple screws loose, right? Like this is
Right,
it.
yeah,
This is
you're-
it.
Well,
This is it.
you believe in
spent a
niche
couple
politics.
years-
Of course, you got a couple screws loose.
I believe in what?
Believe in niche politics. Of course, those screws are loose.
Fair
There's
point.
no stable person who's like, yeah, man, I want to be an anarcho. When you say anarcho, you know that they got something else going on. Same for the communists.
Dead ass.
Those fucking twinks over there.
At least our fucking crazy works.
Yeah, right. Prove it. Well, it's always like well with anybody, right? With like the whole like anarcho everything. It's like well, like your stuff wouldn't work. Prove it. It's anything. Anarcho communism, mutualism, capitalism. Prove it. You won't because you're a pussy. And you
Oh,
want
on
to stay.
a quick side note, I went out to the bar the other day with one of my former coworkers, and a couple of his friends from like his high school days were there, and something like podcasts. I was just sitting there like, oh god, and then my boy was like, "Yo, Yumi's got a podcast," and I was like,
of course.
"No," and they're like, "What's it about?" I was like, "Politics." Like, oh, I don't like listening about politics. I'm like, you really shouldn't listen to it. Well, what's it about? I just hate hearing about politics, but he just kept asking me. I was like, it's about like anarcho-capitalism. I was like, what's that? And I was like, it's a certain niche set of. You want a link? I was like, I'm not trying to explain this shit.
You
here's
can
a
just
link.
like feel yourself just fail a series of speech checks in the conversation.
It's like I don't want to like. He actually the second I said it was like political. He's like, oh, I don't really want to hear the political podcast, but like, what's it about? And I was like, oh, it's about anarcho-capitalism. He's like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. And I was like, oh god, okay.
And you
Look
did
up the
not
altar.
convert this man, and you did not provide him with material. You have failed.
I gave him the link to the altar, and he immediately found it on like iTunes or something.
What's his
I
name?
forgot what it was. And he literally went there, and the first one was the age of consent one. I was like, my answer was 37, by the way.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What's his first name? Yep. What's his first name?
Oh, you. One of his friends. I don't even remember.
What's
what the fuck his
funny
name
is I don't even know how to describe this podcast, really.
We talk about politics for his first 20 minutes, and then I do the twink bit for the 15th fucking time, and nobody except for like 3 people who pay attention even know why that bit started. So it's a nightmare.
Yep.
They don't need to know why.
They don't really know why, because if they knew why, then they wouldn't really be as invested into the twink section. So everybody's like, "Oh, but you talk about guys a lot on your blog." It's like, because it's fucking funny. If I talk about women a lot, I just look like a degenerate.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what? We talk about women's tits all the time. That's no fun. But I talk about like a harem of twinks. It's fucking hilarious, supposedly. Enough that like
Talk
8
about my
people
big ball
randomly send me
sack.
asks once a week.
Remember,
Also, the image of like a twink
everything
porn
I
is
say
hilarious.
is good and right, and my schmeat is huge.
I mean,
Official trademark.
Typhus would be like the lieutenant colonel of like that twink harem death cult military infrastructure. Anyways, shout out to my boy Typhus, friend of the show, probably.
Based.
Someone said it was pronounced Typhus. If it is, I don't care. Pronounce it Typhus.
That's wrong. Whoever said that is wrong.
Typhus, like the illness. Not that he's an illness. He's a wonderful guy.
Subjectively and objectively wrong. His opinions are wrong.
Subjectively and objectively. Shout out to Typhus. What a nice dude, though. Honestly, like he's got his thing going on. I don't understand half of it. Posts a lot of. He's actually the only blog that posts anime that I actually still follow, just because Typhus just seems like a good guy from what I've talked to from him. He seems nice. Solid dude. Yeah, shout out to Typhus. You know,
I don't think I knew who that
if you're
is.
already like a
Yes.
twink, you
Wait,
probably already
I
follow.
don't think I know him either, really, but
Typhus or Thievis?
It's Typhus.
oh, Thivus? Is it Thivus?
Thivus?
Thivus. Oh yeah, no, I know him. Yeah, I've seen him. around.
Typhus.
What's up, bro?
To start pronouncing like Roman.
Yeah,
Thivus.
friend of the show.
Thivius.
Yeah. I will.
Oh, you gotta go? You gotta go?
Sorry, there are wings down there.
You got wings?
Other wings.
Dry rub wings.
Ooh.
All right, well,
Yeah, I was putting.
Gonna go dry rub one out to those wings.
I'm gonna put this in the like little like mini oven.
are you gonna put ranch on those bad boys or what's up?
No, I don't do ranch.
Oh, he's a blue cheese man.
Oh no,
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 he
the
does
dry
blue
rub.
cheese,
That's
man.
all
Raw
fun.
dogs it. Come on, please.
Oh,
You know when
Oh,
you're
there you
raw
go.
dogging them
No
wings.
sauce. Actually, if they're dry rub, yeah, you don't want to get sauce in them, boys.
No, I actually prefer dry rub to like anything else because I hate sauce in my hands. And people are like, "Well, that's like you get so much more flavor." It's like if you just blindly like it's not even cooked into the skin. You're just dipping it in there after it's cooked half the time. It's fucking gross. And the flavor is just you don't even get to enjoy the meat because the flavor's so overpowering. Meanwhile, with dry rub, it's just on the skin. Maybe it cooks a little bit into the meat, maybe, but not really. So you still get good meat because they still focus on how they cook the meat.
We all know
I love
how
my
humor
Thai
needs
chili. I
that
love my
good
Thai
meat.
chili, but
What I
dry
like
rub
to do,
wings are the way to go.
yeah, dry rub's
They
good.
just don't make them enough. It's because it's a more like, I guess it involves more effort to do dry rub wings.
What I've been liking to do recently is grilling wings. And you obviously dip it first, then grill it, and then when it's almost done, you take it out and mix it again, and then put it back on for a little bit, like a couple minutes or whatever. Take it off. Fucking great.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually,
with dry rub, usually you dip in some type of oil or butter or something of that, something akin to that, to stick there real good. But also,
yeah, I think you
that's a
just
good
use like
strategy.
olive oil or something, and you
You don't
cook it in olive
you don't
oil.
really need to go crazy. Wherever
And
you
then
dip
at
it
the
in.
end of
something
that,
that
when
will
you're
soak it
done-
in and won't affect the flavor too much.
Yeah.
Unless it's butter, then it's gonna affect the flavor, but in a better way. But butter is a mixed bag, so then you get like weird shit.
So
happening.
we'll end it on this. We'll wrap it back around to the COVID stuff. Is the person that said, yeah, because it worked for measles, right? Was someone that follows you, Yimra.
Mhm.
Someone that follows you decided they were gonna. That's why I love you're part of the show. Well, now I love it. I loved it before, but I love it even more now that you're part of the show because you have so many random fucking ideologies that follow you.
I love it because also that means they can call me out when I'm like clearly wrong without being dicks about it. Because I've gotten a few anime where I'll like, as long as it's not like 18 paragraphs, they can condense it into like a couple of sentences. I'll read it and be like, all right, you know what? I'm sometimes I'm too narrow in my view on occasion. You know, thank you for that, bro. But yeah, no, I mean, I consistently try to talk to other ideologies, irregardless, even though I don't fucking agree with them at all. Except for the fascists, who every once in a while try to interact with me, and I'm like, bro, you know, I'm like a switch hitter at the very least, right? And I'm like, a WAP. Like, no,
They're
that's
switch
fine.
hitters
That's
too.
fine. I'm like, what do you mean
They're
that's fine? What kind
switch
of
hitters
fascist are you?
too.
You're
All
like, I won't even
fascists
fuck
are
a
bisexual.
semi-racist twink. So a fascist, not for me.
No, the fascist ones are kind of. I even should say kind of cringe. They're kind of just fucking douchebags. It's like, bro, like
Like, what are you doing?
you were on the side that lost like so many times, like fucking Mussolini, the
They could
Imperial
win this
Japanese
time. They just need the
Empire,
right people.
Hitler.
There's the right people in
There's the right
power.
people.
Real fascism has never been tried. Actually,
Yeah, real fascism's never been tried.
It's never been tried with a government that can actually run well.
I like that
Which is an
my
oxymoron.
most controversial statement is going to be that I actually am cool with anyone who's a narco-communist, mutualist, or capitalist, right? Like with the government's like, why would you be cool with anarcho-communists? Because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't
Kind of like
matter.
the government. I mean, that's a great
Agorism,
starting
baby.
off point.
Yeah,
You don't have to agree on everything. What are you,
Fat
fucking
honking,
12?
baby. Shout out.
Yeah.
It's always the fun thing.
But no, I have people who are also like very like pro, like get the vaccine. Corona's like very real, and wear a mask, and that's fine. I literally, yet again, I'm tired of seeing people talk about this shit to a certain point. I'll keep rebutting it even anyways, just to anger myself. I'm so tired of people like, well, this person, I walked in without a mask on. Someone got mad at me. It's like, okay, this has been happening for a year. You expected a different outcome? Like, you're not in Florida,
Yeah.
dude. I did this thing that I knew purposely would annoy a bunch of people because they're a bunch of sheep. And they would have followed people like Hitler. And it's like, all right, shut up.
I hate these fucking.
We got it. You've
It's
been
like-
saying this since last year. I got it.
It's like
Fine, I get it.
it's like the pro-gun people that like, well, like there was like,
Oh, with the walls of text?
yeah. Oh no, I mean like in general, like out in public news stories where
Mhm.
I think it was back in like 2015, 14 or whatever. Like some dad was dropping off his daughter at the airport, and he walked in pre-security with a fucking AR and 100 round mag on the fucking thing, and then like the security was like all on him, like, and they were following him because he didn't do anything, but they're like, hey, yeah. He's like, well, have I done anything? I'm like, dude, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen when you have an AR-15 strapped on you with a 100 round drum?
We've all
motherfucker?
played that one Call of Duty mission, bro. It's also like, like, listen, you can still carry a pistol before the security. Okay, that makes sense. That's whatever. But open carrying an AR, one, you're a fucking douchebag. Honestly, you're a fucking loser, dude. You just open carrying an AR. Legally, yeah, you should be able to do that in most places. But like, let's be reasonable here. What do you expect's gonna happen if you walk to an airport with a fucking large ass gun on your back or on a fucking belt? Like, there's what you can and what you should be able to do, and also the realistic thing that's going to happen irregardless of whatever thing makes sense. If I walk in with a 12 gauge out here in a police station, what do you think they're going to do?
Some
Do I
fuck.
They're gonna
technically have a
say
right
you're
to?
based in red pilled.
Do you remember those?
Yes.
You remember there was two ANCAPs. I want to say maybe it was 2015. They got like pulled over because they were like videotaping or something. Whatever, blah, 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 whatever. But like these two dumb ANCAPs fucking went to a police station, open carrying AR-15s in a mask.
I remember these dudes.
Yes. And they got fucking arrested. I'm like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You fucking
Yeah.
retard.
Also knowing just basic like laws, like you wear a mask in anywhere public, like a full ski mask before Corona.
Oh,
It's considered.
they were wearing like the
balaclavas, right?
and shit, because it was cold out at the time. I think we were in Michigan or something. But I'm
Like ski masks.
yeah, like I'm like, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen when you go? Because like the cops immediately drew their guns and told me to get on the ground. They got on the ground. I was like, oh wow, I'm just exercising my right. Like, are you so fucking like disconnected from reality
Yeah.
that you didn't?
The difference
think this
between
was
like
gonna happen?
exercising a right and just realizing like what most like what most criminals will do, right? They'll put on a mask on and then whip out the big boys. So you're going to do the exact same thing, but just to be like, well, I should be able to. And I get the idea you're trying to plant, but like, one, it's a crime to be on certain types of property while wearing a mask. Considered a type of loitering, actually. But then you have a gun. Then you walk to a police station,
Based.
Based.
which it is based, but what do you expect to happen? Oh, I'm just exercising my right. You're
it
exercising
would
to
have
get your
only been
fucking
based if
ass
they
shot,
open
dude.
fired. in Minecraft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just.
But they didn't do
you-
that. They
if
were
you
just
don't
trying
pull
to.
the trigger.
Yeah,
They were just
Minecraft,
trying to like
you
get
do
a
that.
YouTube clip where they can get people
Yeah.
mad on,
Mhm.
on the internet type shit. I'm assuming that's what they were trying to do, and then get a rap
Right.
sheet on their record, or which they
Open-
walk to a police station with a gun out and a mask on, which
Yeah.
doesn't help you in any. Nothing is gained there. There's not a single thing to be gained in that. That
Except
is just
becoming
asking to
based.
get shot
becoming
straight
based
up. That's
and
not like a
rebel.
usual, like I did nothing wrong and the guy still shot me. I'd be like, that's literally like I'm asking to start a conflict in which I'm using every mag I've ever bought in one go. I'm getting my money's worth out of this AR. Paid $1,400 for a daily defense. I'm using it. Type beat.
You paid $1,400. You must have gotten that shit a couple years ago, dude.
Listen,
shit.
I want to have one, but it's New York. It'd be
Yeah.
wrong to get like a New York Safe Act version of daily defense.
Ben's
If
got
I
a
ever
pump
found
action
out
AR
that-
for you.
Oh no, I sold that
Oh,
shit
did
a
you?
while ago.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Good for you.
I sold it back to the shop I bought it from.
Good. I just think open carry is stupid because you're a target, right? Because if you
Yeah, no,
let's say,
you
See, as somebody
You're the
who
first
like
person
open
they're gonna
carries,
shoot.
I open carry a handgun sometimes, but like I also don't usually will like I will avoid going into like a grocery store or like a bank or something like that. Like if I'm out at a gas station and I'm just like at the gas pump or some shit, then it's like it's whatever. But like
yeah,
other than
that's
that,
yeah. Because you realize how society and like social interaction works. You're not one of these fucking retarded boomers who are like, yeah, I'm gonna open carry my AR into the grocery store. When people are uncomfortable, I'm gonna get mad at them. I don't know, man. That I think you're just asking for problems. It's like yet again the
Yeah.
people who listen. I don't care whatever your opinion is on the mask. If you walk into a place without a mask, everyone's wearing a mask. They start losing their shit on you. I'm not sure. Like I'm sure you expected that, and you want to get a rise out of people. It's like, congrats, you've done nothing but like be a cunt. Good
Yeah.
job.
pretty much.
You're a
So it goes.
faggot. I'm sorry. I don't mean that in the
A
gay way. I just mean
douche
you're being a faggot.
bag,
Douchebag.
bag,
All right, so let's let Yimmy get his wings. We're gonna call right here.
Mhm.
So Ben, guys,
wangs and wings.
I'm glad that you have to work early tomorrow, Ben, so we can do this later night episode to get some drinking on.
Word.
So you
Yeah.
guys have a good night, and to everybody else, we'll catch you next week.